Welcome back to Big Pete's Metal Show, coming at you live straight from my grandparents' basement. We have another guest on the show today, Queer Corey, again.
It's me, also again.
For the fourth time. But today, we are going to be going over the rank 'em all for Anthrax. This is my personal opinion. It doesn't even have anything to do with him. I don't even know why he's here, to be honest. Someone remove him.
It was my recommendation. I'll just remove myself.
Oh, man, you should have stayed down for at least halfway through the video. That would have been comedy.
Alright, hold on a second.
Alright, well, anyway, to start this list, coming in at number 11, my least favorite Anthrax album, which, by the way, I still like. I don't hate it, but it could be a lot better. And, of course, we're talking about 1995's Stomp 442. Moving on. Actually, I need you back.
Oh, right. I'm the album
He's
downer.
the album bitch. Coming in at number 10, we have the return of Joey Belladonna on the 2011 album Worship Music. Now, I really, really fucking like this album a lot, but it gets the short end of the stick on this list just because, like, holy shit. Anthrax is one of my favorite bands ever, and it's incredibly difficult for me to rank their albums. It had the same fucking issue with Flotsam and Jetsam in the last episode. However, we are going to continue now with number 9, the debut, Anthrax, Fistful of Metal. This one, actually, if you care to open it up, Queer Bob, it is signed by Mr. Dan Lilker himself. He's correct. It is hot. Mr. Dan Lilker used to work at the Record Archive in Rochester, where we live, and I had him sign like a shit ton of shit one day. He was totally cool. He was fucking down to do it. But enough of that side banter apart. That album has so many classic fucking thrash fucking riffs on it. But I might get some hate for this one, for putting this one in after Fistful of Metal. But this is Volume 8, ironically coming in at number 8. The third John Bush album from 1998. It has a lot of fucking bangers on it. They even had Dimebag do guest solos on 2 of the songs, I believe. I know one of them for sure is track 3, Inside Out. And they had Phil Anselmo on backing vocals for a couple other ones. I believe it was Born Again, Idiot, and Killing Box. Phil is on backing vocals.
I think that's why I like this album so much, because this is my favorite Anthrax album.
Indeed. Queer Corey's backwards-ass list of Anthrax would include this one at number 1.
I just like it because of the groove metal aspect of it.
Yeah, it was definitely a product of its time. But I think still a killer record. Also, John Bush, probably one of my favorite vocalists like ever in existence. Anyway, moving on to number 7 on the list, we have the most recent album, For All Kings. This came out in 2016, and honestly, like, they're fucking overdue for another album, because I cannot wait this long for, like, one of my favorite bands to fucking drop some new material. It has been, like, over 6 years, because this came out early 2016. The fucking Zero Tolerance, the closing track, holy shit. Dude, that is probably one of the best Anthrax songs ever made.
Basically what he's trying to say is he wants to break another tooth at another Anthrax show.
That is true. First time I saw Anthrax, busted my face. Coming in at number 6, almost lost my count again. Coming in at number 6, we have the fourth and final John Bush era album, We've Come For You All, from 2003. This album is a fucking banger, front to back. It's so good. Also, this one also has a Dimebag solo on it somewhere. I can't remember what fucking song it is. I feel like a goddamn asshole for misremembering these old factoids, but oh well. Number 5, the second long player from the band, coming out in 1985, is Spreading the Disease. First to feature Mr. Joey Belladonna himself. This one is just, I mean, you all know this. It's full of fucking classics. Like AIR, Lone Justice, Madhouse, Medusa, Armed and Dangerous, Gung Ho. Ho. I know a couple of those. Yeah, that is...
Sorry.
That is a fucking banger of an album. Now, coming in at number 4, State of Euphoria. Now, I know the guys in Anthrax, they think that this is their least favorite album because they rushed it. It came 1 year after Among the Living. And they hate it for some reason. But it ends up on a lot of, like, the top end of a lot of people's Anthrax lists because, honestly, rushed or not, the finished product of this album is absolutely fucking incredible.
I think probably why they don't like it is because it's not what they thought it could have been, potentially.
Well, I mean, the artist's point of view, they wanted to work on it more, but didn't, so I can see that. It makes a lot of sense. Also, the first track on that album, Be All End All, that's the one I broke my face to. Great fucking time. Coming in at number 3, we have the very first John Bush album, 1993's Sound of White Noise. Now, personally, the very first Anthrax song I ever heard was Only. And that's what got me hooked when I was like fucking like 14 or however old I was. But that album, to me, is just absolute nostalgic, classic, full of bangers. I fucking can't get enough of it.
Why the fuck is there a notch taken out of it?
Yeah, you'll see this a lot from, if you're a CD collector, you'll see this a lot from old, like, used CDs in the 90s. And I don't know why they've done that. I mean, I have a few in my collection that have that little notch, but I have to Google that sometime. Number 2, 1991's Persistence of Time. This would be the last album with Joey Belladonna before his departure, and he actually didn't show up again for 20 fucking years. But
just like my dad.
Round of applause for that one. That was a good one. This album, however, I love the fucking shit out of it. I just saw Anthrax down in Philly a couple weeks ago, and they played Keep It in the Family. Oh my god, it still crushes shit live. It is so good.
I'm not surprised about the top pick.
The top pick? Yeah. You mean, you can't go wrong with the fucking top pick here. And if you haven't fucking guessed it by now, it is 1987's Among the Living.
It's a lot of people's favorites, Anthrax album.
Yeah, I mean, this is arguably one of the 80s best fucking thrash albums, period.
It's solid.
It is solid. It is downright filthy. I mean, these guys at the time were like at the top of their fucking game, really fucking going hard as shit. So that concludes my rank 'em all list of Anthrax. If you disagree, be sure to blow up the comment section because it helps in the algorithm.
And I'll be sure to blow up a preschool.
Indeed. Now